Hello and welcome, retards, to episode number 1, technically 12, but it is actually 111 since last episode was episode egg. So that is kind of confusing, but yes, it is episode 111 of Talking About Real Shit podcast with yours truly, Dennis, and my good old sister.
Inja.
So yeah, last week's episode, sorry, like it wasn't really a. But what are you doing?
I know.
You look like Hitler when he was on meth during the Olympics. Have you seen that? Hitler on meth.
Like, we're already starting it off great. That's what I was doing.
That's what you look like, just not as fast. You're like just slower.
You know what I've noticed I do too is I like when people are talking. And this was like brought up when I was doing the social work thing, like school, and we would have to sometimes be in like one of the rooms at the college where we pretended like one person was like the patient, one person was a therapist, and you did it, but it's like live recording into the other classroom, so other kids can like other classmates can watch you, but you're not like seeing it. And so I've noticed it's like when someone's talking, I'm like, or like I shake my head like in agreement or something, like shake it. And I don't realize how badly I do it. Or if you ever just like watch people, they'll be like sometimes mostly like people that are like moms are used to swaying. They're used to just standing and like rocking their kids, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes, I mean, it's like your kids are fucking long gone, but you stand there and sometimes you just like, maybe you don't, but like I start swaying. And so then when I'm just like sitting here.
Well, it's because you're so lightweight, it's the wind, you know?
No, but it's like, I think it's just like a.
Just a tick.
I don't know.
TikTok. Just
TikTok.
A tick. Yeah, so it's been technically 2 weeks since we've done an actual episode, and
when's our 2-year anniversary coming up of our episodes?
In February. We just hit our 1 year.
When?
Oh no, we just hit our 2 year. We hit our 2 year like a couple months ago.
In February?
Yeah, that's when we
Why
started
did we not
posting.
do anything?
I think we did.
No, we didn't.
Did we not do anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think we did. No, yeah, it's been like, because episode 50, there's 56 days in a week, so 112 should be our 2 year.
That's today.
But no, because it's 111 right now. Technically, it's 112, but because we've missed a week, things like that. No, we had our thing, like our first post, if I open this, we opened the channel at January 28th, 2021, and our first post was like, I think it was like February 8th. It was like probably a week after we opened the episode up. It was January 29th. So yeah, it was actually before February.
Maybe we just didn't do anything. Or maybe we did. I don't fucking know. We look a lot different. Well, you're like a completely different person. I look the same though.
Yeah.
I look the same.
We look. That was our humble beginnings. Anyways, about humble beginnings, I finally got in contact after like fucking 3 years of trying and messaging literally family members of this fucking person. I finally got in contact with the director of the movie that I was in.
No.
He said
stop it.
He finally contacted me. He's like, hey, sorry about the delay. I'm going to he's like, I've been thinking about like uploading so you like people that were part of the movie can download it. I was like, perfect, let me know, please. He's like, I'll let you know once I get that done. I'm gonna message him again. I was like, please get that done, dude. So I really want to see.
I do too.
One, I want to see, was I in a porno? 2, which I know I wasn't, but 2, how long was I actually in it? Because in my mind, I should have technically been in it for like 15 seconds, technically. That's how long I should be in it. But I want to see because it was a flashback memory scene. So I want to see if it was just like a quick glimpse of 2 seconds or something. And I just want to see how fucking stupid
when this happens, when you do get the link.
Oh, it's 100% on the podcast.
Well, but I want to do a movie premiere with our family, dude. We get the projector.
Yeah, we can watch the movie.
Movie fucking premiere.
But I just want to see my part.
I understand, but how fun would it be to send out invites? You're cordially invited to Dennis's movie premiere, right? They don't fucking know. Yeah. They don't know. You don't tell them anything, dude. You don't tell them nothing.
Okay,
a certain.
We
like,
do it in Boston.
Yo.
We're all there. We bring the little projector. We can bring that.
We bring the Kino to Boston, dude.
Yeah.
Those kids there are gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Like with celebrity, because I'll be like there, like
I'm
there on tour.
Ooh, everything is expense paid.
Yeah, I'm like, hey guys, like I'm a famous known as the coffee shop employee on The Poorest Man in the World, directed by Matthew Griffin. But I messaged dudes like fucking anyone that he was related to on his friend thing.
What did you like message?
I was like, hey, like, can I get? Do you, like, I see that you're family members with like Matt. I was in a movie. Like, I was like, can I? Get
and you finally, he's like, sorry for the delay. 3 years later,
I messaged him.
Sorry, I was charging my phone.
One. It's probably like a year and a half ago or something.
Damn.
So hopefully that happens. We'll see what happens. But that's hopefully on the forefront.
We should wear the same outfit again. We should recreate this whole thing with the toilet paper and everything.
We still have those cups and everything.
Well, I know. We have the trailer too. I have the fucking sweatshirt.
Do you still have that sweatshirt?
Yeah,
I have all those shirts still. I don't have those
everything.
shorts. I don't have those. No, I do have those shorts.
Okay, you have everything.
Yeah.
We should make it.
Let's do it when we hit our goal weights.
Okay.
Let's do it. When we hit our goal weights, we'll wear the same stuff. Be like, look, this is where you can be. This is where you are now.
What if we looked exactly the same?
We will not look
like, what if we looked the same on the picture?
What do you mean?
Like,
no, because I'll be like right here, ending like right here.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like ending like right here. You know?
Yeah.
And then you won't see creases. You won't see creases like one neck.
All right.
You know?
We're all changes. Photoshopped and shit.
There's
something I was gonna talk to you about too.
I want to talk about like the Bud Light controversy that's been going on. Like
that's
that shit's fucking funny. If you're drinking Bud Light on the regular, you're fucking retarded. And it's like it's not even a fucking big deal. Like it was just like a thing. And I think that more companies should start doing controversial fucking things. You know how much like they lost
people just said that
stocks.
people just said like, man, this whole thing, like their marketing people just had people did more for sobriety in America than the AA meetings ever did. Just saying that.
It's like it's funny because like people were buying like Bud Light and like shooting it, right? Like shooting it.
It's the same thing as when they bought Nike shoes and fucking burnt it. It's like you're still fucking buying it, man.
You're giving them money, you fucking brain dead retards. It's just funny because it's like it's just amazing.
I love the people that take the funny thing from it though, because like there's people that were like posting a picture and like I just saw someone selling it's like pre-gay beer, but like the Bud Light original before the anything.
Yeah.
And it's like come get it for like $50 a can, like. But funny shit.
That's funny.
But it's like the people that take it and they're like burning things, or it's like, dude, do you think they give two shits about your ass?
Like their stock fell down, but it's like, man, because it's always initially a bad thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's always initially like, oh, bad. But overall, over time, it's fucking good. Right. Like, think about like the Gillette controversy with when fucking Kendall Jenner was on or what was it? There was some controversy with Gillette. Same shit, the Pepsi controversy was like, Gillette doesn't exist, Pepsi doesn't exist.
Right. It's
like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, it's all these initial like backlashes and stuff, and then it's all
I love just that these people think like maybe if I'm the one that buys it and shoots it, and someone sees the video, like I'll stop the end to this. It's like, dude, you don't fucking matter.
No one.
You still bought it. You still bought it. Even if 10,000 people stop buying it, I'm pretty sure they will see like. Even this dip in whatever their stocks falling.
They lost I think
really,
$6 billion in stocks.
Their shit's been talked about so much. It's like free advertisement.
It's
dude.
Literally like bad press is still
it's still
press.
People are still talking about it. Some people are now. There's gonna be people are buying it just because they're like, awesome. This person's
Yeah.
They might have lost some people, but they probably gained other people.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Oh, sorry about this. Is all fucking looped up.
Hey, that's what it is. I was like,
okay. My bad. That's for my GoPro angle down there when I do my workout streams.
Oh my God, I had a dream last night that we were checking our passport status, right? Yeah. And mine says like in progress still, like forever.
I've never checked.
But then I was like, in the dream, it was just like, I'm like, Dennis, have you checked yours? And yours says, what did it say with yours? Hold on. Like more information needed or something along the lines of you had to redo the whole thing over again and like wait again. And then, but it was like, dude, we're leaving in like a month. Your passport still hasn't come.
Which
So
is
it was
still
like,
fine.
so it was like giving me a freak out dream. I mean, I didn't wake up from it. It's not like
Yeah.
I woke up in like
But
a
even
panic.
then, like if we're again, I've fucking stated this 20 goddamn times.
Is this mine? Did I just bring this in?
I think so because I don't think
right.
I had one. Even if we're leaving in 2 fucking weeks and I have to do it like today, I can get that done.
How?
You just expedite it. You can get your passport in fucking a couple weeks, in a week probably. You have to expedite it. God, I've been literally wanting to. I was like, as I finished fucking recording my weekly update video, I was like, okay, what's that thing I need to bring up that I've been wanting to bring up literally for like 3 weeks now, and I don't fucking know what it is, and it's been pissing me off because it's kind of like cool, but I can't remember. It's like, it's gone.
Was there anything about your taking a dump at the thing? Was there any like past stories?
I haven't gone back.
Was
yet.
it based off of past story thing bringing
No,
up,
I don't
or like
think
a
so.
thing?
I think it was like a thing that was happening or some shit. I don't know. I have no idea, but I really don't know.
Dude, I've been like, okay, I don't know how to feel about Amelia's teacher.
Okay.
Amelia's a difficult kid. We all know this.
Yes.
Like, we know that. But I feel like she's like, likes, like, especially if it's like a teacher. You know how she was with like her daycare people. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she's like, oh, give me a hug. You know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But they butted heads since the beginning. And this one teacher that she has, she's been a teacher for 20 years.
Yeah.
First grade teacher. And there's been like, I guess not everybody's been happy with her, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Amelia told me like the first person I ever got like a remind me paper, started crying. The parents pulled her and put her to like in another like classroom or whatever. This is what annoys me is they have to have all their work done by Friday to earn like Fantastic Friday, do like some kind of project, whatever. So like 2 weeks ago, Amelia was like trying so hard and was like making sure everything was done, right? And said it was done, put it up on the thing and started her like project, her craft. And I guess half of a page wasn't done. Brings that over and takes all her crafts. That doesn't let her finish it, keep it, nothing. Was like, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay. Then this last week, Amelia again goes through the whole packet. Everything's done. Turns it in and is like excited, right? Because now it's like, nah, I'm finally done. I get to do the store. Nope, handwriting wasn't good and was forced to like rewrite a story on paper. Okay, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Every message I've ever gotten by her teacher is always like, well, it's not like I've gotten a lot. Like three or four of the messages I've gotten this year has always been like negative things. Like your kid's doing this, blah, blah, blah. Like it's disrespectful. Never anything good.
Yeah.
Like never once has it been anything like, oh my gosh, like your kid worked. And I work at a school, dude. I know what it, you at least have to like give them something. Like if you're going to discuss bad things, at some point it would be nice to get an email saying, look, like she'd like worked real hard because there's times where she doesn't get a remind me paper, nothing, you know? This is what kind of annoyed me. I get this message saying Amelia is misusing and destroying school supplies like pencils, glue, and erasers. She's not going to, you have to make sure that she has enough supplies for this year. Like I'm not giving her anymore. And so I don't want to like confront Amelia because you know how she is when you ask her that way. So I was just like in a joke, like asking her. I was like, hey, do you need like any more like supplies? She's like, I need some erasers. And I was like, man, I'm like, do you ever like just take like an eraser and you just like break it up?
Yeah.
You just break it up. She's like, I did one time. I'm like, really? I'm like, do you ever like take a pencil and break it? And it's like, but it was like that one time that she took it and broke it apart. But I don't like that her teacher's like, she's misusing and destroying, right? Like that's a little harsh, right? Like you being a first grade teacher should have some sort of like fidgets for kids that she's fucking bored, dude.
Yeah.
Amelia reads at a 3rd grade reading level. She's bored as hell in that classroom. And if she's done with everything, like if you see that she's just like fidgeting with things, give her something else to fidget on. And that would like, that would stop it instead of saying like, oh, she's misusing and destroying, right? Desk is by herself, like doesn't get to like sit by friends. And the thing that I don't like is, and Amelia will tell me, she's like, if you get a remind me paper, you don't get a hug from the teacher. And if you have the whole day where there's no remind me papers, you can hug the teacher.
Yeah.
Right? and then she's like, well, the good kids, and she names off, and it's like already like, okay, well now you already, there's like, you know who the good kids are and who the bad kids are.
Yeah.
Obviously you're not part of the good kids. She's like, they'll get a remind me paper, but they'll still get to hug her.
Yeah.
You know, like the other day she came home, she's like, I didn't get a remind me paper. She didn't let me hug her.
Yeah.
I just don't like like I said,
It's like double standards.
I
in a
know
way.
my
Yeah.
kid isn't perfect. I fucking know that shit.
Yeah.
She's hard. I know this. I also know she's fucking 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that, and I also know it's like, dude, they're 6 years old.
Yeah.
Like, is she the only one doing this thing, or are you like, she's just being disruptive during indoor recess? It's indoor recess, so
Yeah.
like, is everybody running around, or is like everybody sitting
Yeah,
there like Hitler? Like, what are the
happening?
things,
Yeah.
you know? I don't know. It's like, or when she forgot. Well, it's not like we had the paper in Middleton, and it was like after spring break. It was supposed to be coloring these flowers in, right? For like 30 minutes. Every day that you read for 30 minutes, you color it in. She finished it. She forgot the paper up there. So she couldn't turn it in on the Monday that it was due.
Yeah.
She had to turn it in on a Tuesday. And because it was turned in on Tuesday, she didn't get a seed for a flower. They all get to grow. Everyone else got it except for her.
Yeah.
It's like, you know when it was due. I understand you're trying to teach them the importance of like turning shit in. But dude, they're 6 years old, and like people have grace with you somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure some boss of yours is like, oh shit, you missed a deadline. It's okay. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
come on,
let's be real.
man.
Just like schools in fucking general, man. Like schools are fucking retarded. Like it doesn't. Like, there's nothing with school that fucking teaches you
No.
anything in life.
This-
From first to fucking
right.
12th grade, there is nothing. I've been to I've gone to college, and it's like, and that's like a shitty college.
Right.
Like I drive college students around all the fucking time, like, you know, for my jobs and like for Friday and Saturday nights and shit. And like, it's just funny because it's like, okay, so like nothing's really different. Like I'm not like one off on this situation.
Right.
It's like you go to fucking high school and they're like training you for fucking college and stuff like that. It's literally
that doesn't train you for nothing.
nothing. Like the professors don't give a fuck. Like
No.
they don't give a fuck. Like you've been to school for way longer than me.
It's like you're the one.
like,
At the
you
end, it's
don't
like
give
you're
a
the one
fuck.
that fucking pays for it. So if it's
Yeah.
important for you, you're gonna show up. You're gonna put in the work. If it's not,
Yeah.
I still get my fucking money.
Yeah,
You know.
it's just I hate how like
I
our
just-
schooling system's
yeah,
so
it's
fucking
bullshit.
ridiculous
I
to
just
train you
don't-
for the longer run.
I just don't like at the fact that, you know, every time that Amelia was coming back home, kindergarten and everything, like the first thing that she would want to do is play school.
Yeah,
Remember?
Yeah.
I want to play school. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Homework, excited. Every time I ask her, Amelia, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher. Now, fucking hates it, dude.
Yeah,
It's like straight up in the car, like, I don't want to go in.
yeah,
I don't want to go in. I don't like I don't want to
Yeah.
go in. You know? And it's like she had a fucking dream. Or like it was 11:11 in the morning, you know, it's like those double digit numbers.
Yeah.
And she's like, I wish I don't have any remind me papers. It's not even like
Yeah.
it's almost like I fucking know that I'm gonna end up getting it for some fucking bullshit reason or
Yeah.
another. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Or so I tell her, I'm like, oh my gosh, you survived like 7 months with her. We only have like a month and a half. Like we can do, then it's like second grade, you know, like I'm
Yeah.
trying to like get her excited. And then it was like on Friday, I think she came back from school and I like tried to say the same thing. And she's like, second grade has more rules. And if I can't do first grade rules, I'm not gonna be able to do second grade. It's like, who the fuck's saying that to her?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can already tell that's an adult voice.
yeah.
And then it's like I'm in this like part where I'm like, I know it's already late in the year. I don't want to be a Karen person, but now it's gotten to the point where it's like, dude, now you're affecting like her. Like she's a kid that fucking likes school.
Yeah.
You know that. Like
Yeah,
she
yeah,
fucking
she
loves
does.
school, man.
Yeah.
And you've gotten it to the point that she hates going now and is already hating at the thought
Yeah.
of going again. Someone that loves school.
Oh, fuck that shit.
And
Fuck
part
me,
of me
like-
is like, dude, I was telling Lauren, she was fucking pissed. She's like, you don't fucking do that with 6-year-olds,
Yeah.
man. Like, come on. Like, it's not like Amelia's this fucking kid that's like throwing shit everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
I've worked with kids like that, man. And you still like give them a hug when they ask for it or because they're kids,
Yeah.
you know? Like, and so Lauren was like, dude, write a letter to your principal. Like, get her out of the classroom. Go to a different. I'm like, it's already late in the year. She's like, so?
That doesn't
But
matter.
if it,
I would still
she's
do
like,
that.
but if it puts her in a thing where she's now excited for that, even that, like to go, then it'll get her excited to go to second grade.
Yeah.
You don't want her to like leave Miss Singleton's and just be miserable, like at the thought of having to like
Yeah.
go again to school. It just annoys me when
I
people
would
never give
100%. Why not?
the
It's a
good
fucking-
thing.
it's-
You know,
it's-
that
yeah.
never the good thing. Like Amelia even told me, she's like, I got to teach the class 3 Bosnian words. I'm like, did the teacher ever like message anything saying like, oh my gosh, you know, Amelia had a really good day. I don't need it all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you fucking just give me bad news all the time.
Yeah.
Like, so like nothing is good out of it. Punishing them for fucking handwriting, like her handwriting's not that horrible. Like,
like she has
for her age.
Yeah, like it's similar to mine.
But it's like, dude, you try to pull that shit the way that she teaches for like in middle school, they wouldn't let her do that. They wouldn't let her get away with that shit.
They would ruin. I
don't like that you have to earn to like get a hug from your teacher, or earn to stand next to her, earn to like, who the fuck are you, man?
Yeah, you're not fucking.
That's grooming shit right there. You're teaching my kid is, if I do really, really good and behave really good, this adult is going to give me affection. You know what I mean? Like you can twist it and turn it to be very like, 100%. Grooming kind of shit. Yeah. But when Amelia first got this teacher, and I told Lauren, I was like, I mentioned the teacher's name, and she's like,
I remember you told me that. Yeah, you told me that. She had like previous fucking issues.
That's the only fucking reason I bet you that she stays as a first grade teacher, because these kids are so little that most of their stories are like hardly make any sense. Or they're in that developmental age where it's like, this is an adult and I have to listen. Like they don't quite understand that it's not fair. But Amelia like will tell me, she's like, I was so looking forward to school, and like I also struggle like trusting her and all, and then that's why I tell him, like, dude, that's why you gotta tell me the truth. Yeah. Like you can't like be lying and shit. Yeah. Because if you go to a different classroom and you're having the same things, like then it's not the teacher, then it's you. But I also do know that the things that the teacher is doing is not helping that in any way. It's making the behaviors worse. It's making her like mental, like just how she feels about herself,
Yeah, I would get her to a different class and see if who's bullshitting who, you know what I mean? Like you like who fucking a month and a half is a month and a half. That's fucking what, 5 days in a week. That's fucking 20 days, 15 days of school and shit like that. Like that's enough time to fucking see what's gonna happen. I would do it. Why not?
She looks like a bitch, dude.
I would do it. Just message it. Like what's the worst that can happen?
I just hate the fucking public school system, and I always have. You know that.
Yeah, no, it's shit. Like it's fucking terrible.
But then it's like, what other option you got? You don't have another option.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I can't homeschool. I'm not doing that.
Not if you're fucking, not if you don't have money.
Right.
Put her in a Montessori school.
Listen, speaking of money, listen to this. Okay. So I took her to this place called Brain Balance. Mm-hmm. So it's this place, I heard this like thing on, like it was a commercial for this place here. So they do like this assessment where they do different exercises with your kid. And it was pretty, so you do this, and it's like an hour and a half assessment. They do like occupational therapy type of things, like, right, where they have them like lay on their belly, reach for things. There's certain things, and I've seen other occupational therapists do this with like my clients, and I'm like, I don't fucking know what the hell you're doing, Yeah. Okay, and then they're like, if you want to, and they have a program, and they do it 4 times a week with them, and it's supposed to help. Like, this is for kids that you see if they're struggling, like listening, attention, like all these things where they're like, oh, your kid has ADHD, but that's not what it is, Yeah. Okay, we'll get to the cost of that, which I'm not doing the cost. The only reason I did this assessment was like, it gives me a better insight as to maybe how her mind works and how she like processes things. And then I can take that information, and there's enough shit out there on Google that I can like do my own shit without having to pay for the program. Because the program, I thought it was going to be, okay, listen to this. All right. So there's these things, which is fucking interesting as shit, okay? There's these things called primitive reflexes. Okay. There's 8 of them. All kids, like it's created while you're in the womb, right? So it's like different reflexes for like startle, like when you, like once you're born, you have a way of like alerting like your caregivers that something's going on, like you get startled, you get scared, like there's like all these different ones, like ones for things with eating. And so there's things where it says you get them when you're born, and then they should go away after you're like 4 months old, 5 months old. And if they don't go away, like if they don't get integrated into your life because of like stress, because of whatever, and most people it doesn't kind of go away, you kind of still have it, and then you struggle with these things when you're like older, right? Like picky eaters, kids that like struggle with like listening, hyperactive, or memory stuff, or just they like sensory things, like don't like when certain clothes feel a certain way, or socks feel a certain way, or all this stuff, right? And so then it shows you like there's these different exercises that you can, like different stretching exercises. And I don't understand that part, like how doing these exercises, like whether it's just like a stretching one or whether it's like you have to be on your belly like a Superman. I don't know if you've ever seen those in exercise where you like lay on your belly, like legs fucking stretched out, arms stretched out, and you kind of raise your body, but you're also like then having to like have that support of your neck system. It's like helping posture, all that. So you're supposed to do that like so many times, like 15 times, and then that's that. And so the more kids do these, or even adults, the more that reflex thing now gets ingrained into you, and then you have less of those symptoms, which is kind of weird, right? So they don't do like medicine. They don't do any of that. They obviously like tell you like there's like a nutritional thing, like making sure like red dye is really bad for kids.
Yeah, red dye.
They say
terrible.
like avoid that. Anyway, so it's like these exercises, right? And so the program, if you wanted to do it, because some of the people do the program, and then so it's like you come into it's like an occupational therapy place, and they have licensed therapists, and they do the exercises with them, and they say kids that have like a meltdown, like if things start to not go their way and they're just like fucking flipping out. You know how sometimes she does that? And it's like, dude, like, and you're trying to like reason with them, and it's like the more you're trying, like the more it's like shut down. So that's like this like startle reflex, because that is like fight or flight in a kid. Yeah. So that whatever that reflex was that was supposed to go away in like 8-9 months never went away. And so you kind of get stuck with that fight or flight, where it's like your brain is like wants to fucking leave or wants to whatever, and you just can't like handle those emotions. So I think what they do in those places is you kind of like trigger those things, but keep them
controlled
doing those things, because in some OT therapy ones, they have them do certain exercises with headphones on while they're listening to like certain sounds. So it's like firing up all their like different senses. So it's putting their body in that stress, but it's having you work through that. And so I think eventually you kind of, your brain has developed better with like those exercises to where then it's like when you're in a stressful thing and all your senses are going off, you're able to like relax. I'm guessing that's how it is, right? I don't know because I'm not planning on doing that program because it's too expensive. But so when she was telling me it's like $6,000, $6,000 for like a 12-week program. Yeah. I'm like, no, like that's a lot. Like, but that's not why I went in the first place. I went in the first place because I was like, okay, look, like a picky eater, like being like, I don't want to try things. And then like what Amelia does is like there's a little, it's not the same, right? It's like Layla, like Amina can go and just like put the food in her mouth. I don't want to, but she'll eat it. Okay. That's like a picky eater. I don't want to, but you can still kind of get them to do it. Yeah. When I have to sit at the kitchen table for 4 fucking hours because this kid's like screaming, not wanting to do it. And it's like, you can see, it's like the whole body's reacting with like panic. Like physically, you could tell they're so uncomfortable. Like that is not just like picky eating. But I'm not going to put like, that's that and like put you on medication, hope that changes it, right? Yeah. So this place, it's like on Eagle and Chinden or whatever. That's the place I took her to, right? To get the assessment. Because they're saying like her brain, I don't know which part of the hemisphere, like whichever one is like the academic part. I think that's right. Yeah, doesn't matter. I don't know. Like that one's really developed. Like she's good academically. She's good like with those things. But then the other part where it's like the emotional part, like sometimes she doesn't understand sense of humor. Like she thinks you're like picking on her when you're laughing at something because she's just like, stop, you're making, you've probably experienced that. It's like, we're just trying to make a joke. Like these, but it's like these certain, I don't know. All I know is I'm going to try to like start incorporating those exercises to see what happens. It's just crazy to me because you mentioned Montessori, and I could probably see a lot of people from Montessori doing this fucking shit too.
Spending like $40,000 a month on their child that's gonna be fucking retarded at the end of the day.
And but it's like the reason that's expensive is because you can't bill insurance for it. Yeah. Because then it's like, But so I mean, I'm pretty sure they have to like pay for all the shit that they have, but it's just crazy to me. Like I've never really like researched those reflexes, but it's interesting because a lot of questions like kids that have like some kids get really bad motion sickness. Yeah. Like in the car, like 100%. And that has something to do with one of the reflexes too, to where it's like when you practice those, that might ease up some of those. I don't know. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's fucking expensive though. Yeah. Never.
Most things are like that.
Couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Fucking, who knows? I think it's a scam.
Could be.
You know.
But it's something they've done for a long time. Not them, but like other people. I just
no, I don't know.
I don't know how it works though.
Think
you know
about
what I
it,
mean?
Like they've done it for a long time, but like kids have just gotten worse.
Worse,
like
right.
a lot of these new things
Right.
are being like introduced. Like, oh, like we're becoming like there's like always like this new food that's better
Right.
for you. Always this like new program that's better for you. Always this thing that's better for you. But I think as a society, we're just getting worse. So it's like, what the fuck's not working? You know what I mean?
I think back then, like you just were quieter as a kid because you knew like your parents had every right to whoop your ass in public and in private. I'm serious though.
No, I'm being
like you knew you knew you fucking better behave your ass in public because your parents could be like, I mean, it could even be that threatening, like wait till your bitch ass gets fucking home.
Yeah.
But you knew. And fucking bitchy Karen next to you, we didn't have Karens as much. It's like you minded your own business because you're not the one taking care of the kid.
Yeah, consequent. Like I talk
but
about
now
all the
you
time.
don't
Like,
have that.
There's a massive loss of fucking consequences on this world.
All right.
There's a massive, and it's just given to the point of like, oh, it's not your fault. It's like, no, literally everything that you do in this fucking life is your fault. Whether you do something amazing for someone, whether you fucking do the worst fucking thing ever, at the end of the day, you made that fucking choice. Like, and I'm not speaking for like completely like, and I'm not talking bullshit like claiming mental disability, like real like mentally disabled people and all stuff. Like obviously, like when you have like, and there's a lot of conditions that.
If you are sane and capable enough to like pay your bills and get paid
it's like,
and
bro,
do all that.
like you see people like, oh, like the systems, like I see so many fucking posts on like Facebook and stuff like that. It's like, oh, like the system's like screwing me over. It's like, no, like you were doing illegal drugs and you did an illegal crime while on those illegal drugs and now you have to suffer the consequences. The whether the law is correct or not in your mind, that is the fucking law. Like, do I like that I have to, like, there's a lot of things that you don't like that is a thing, but it's a fucking thing. And like, what are you going to do to change it? So might as well just follow that thing and not fucking deal with that thing and blame it on the system of, and I don't like, this is just a specific thing, but like everything, like when it comes to, you know, like even when it comes to like dieting, right? It's like people get fucking fat and then they blame, oh, well, like I'm too poor to like eat good. It's like, what do you fucking mean? I just made a fucking meal kit. I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but it's like $2 a fucking box for like a nutritious meal with a bunch of rice and fucking chicken and vegetables and shit like that. $2 a fucking box. And that's 2 times a day. And with like a protein bar and all this shit, whatever, I'm looking at about what $6 a day to eat like 2,200 calories.
You can't even get that
at
McDonald's or anything, you know.
You know, like it's funny, like. There's a person that I always go back like every like 2 years and just like follow this person, like go religiously like to follow this person. He was a YouTuber. His name was Wings of Redemption, right? And now he like streams, but he's this fucking fat worthless piece of shit, right? And it's funny how he gets trolled. Like I'm surprised like this guy hasn't killed himself. And now this seems harsh, like how many people fucking bully him and harsh. But it's like, man, the motherfucker deserves everything that's thrown at him because this motherfucker is like the epitome of like not dealing with your own consequences. I think that he should be like a certain credit in all therapist college courses, like just to follow this guy to see like how a human mind can think this way. Right. It's just funny. Like this dates back from like 2008, like YouTube days till now. Like he still streams.
Like he's still doing it.
He still streams.
Does he have like a following or anything?
He has a following of just trolls, pretty much. Like everyone just kind of gives him shit.
Like what does he do? That's like so like what? Like give me.
It originally started like this. Okay, so this guy was like one of like. I don't want to say like an OG, he's an OG, but like an OG like gamer YouTuber. Like this was Modern Warfare. If I continued on, I would have been probably one of the OGs of like gaming YouTubing. I was very, very early in that scene as well. But you know, this is back in 08, 09. 09 is when I started, but I stopped because I didn't have the equipment. I was like fucking 15 years old, and I fucking hate that I just didn't keep going. But this guy was like OG, one of those like Call of Duty YouTubers, right? And it all sparked from one. It's crazy to see like what one little action that you do can just change your life in such a significant way. It's actually it's so interesting to see. So he was on a 1v1, like a one versus one person FPS shooter, you know, Call of Duty. And it was just like, you know, the guy who's like streaming it, you know, this is like back when it wasn't like that big, right? And he's losing, and instead of being like, oh, like good game, man, or like if he literally went, oh, good game, like he fucking got me on that, he would have been rich and famous to this day. Like he would have been perfectly fine. Nothing. But because of his ego and how he acts, he like fucking threw a tantrum and shit. And like he broke his controller, which again, even at that point, it's like they all started laughing. It's like, oh fuck. And if he was like, oh, like fuck, man, that really pissed me off, and like played it like, cool,
good game, man, or
he's
something.
Like, fuck, like you got me, and like, you know, because like this is your livelihood. Like you do play games, whatever. So it's like, sure, like overreact on it. But like if he still kept it cool and like laughed with them about it, he's like, fuck, now I gotta get like another controller or something. Again, life would have been perfectly. He would have been a millionaire. Like, because all of other people that he was associated with at that time, they're all millionaires. They're all YouTube millionaires, podcast fucking gamers. One's like a multi-millionaire, the guy who he was playing. So like he was associated with these people that they could have been all successful. And just from that one instant, fucking reset. He's like, fuck you, like turn off the stream and all that shit. Right? So that was like the get-go.
Oh,
he
like, okay, straight up
fucking lost it. So like that was like, it's just funny. You read the comments on this video and it's like this is such a prime moment in YouTube history. Like this is gonna go down as like one of the most, and it is like, it's for like the gaming YouTube. It's just funny, but like even like he blames everything on anyone. It's never his fault. Like the reason he's fat because of this. The reason he's like,
it's like victim persona.
Oh, he victimizes himself fucking constantly, and it's just. He's like the going back to like now consequences. Like he is the epitome of like not dealing with consequences. Like that's where you end up. And it's like you fucking take all the shit because you deserve.
Like where does he live? Right? What does he do?
He lives in like a trailer. You'd have to like go into it and like follow the story and all that stuff. But like I fucking probably first heard of this like in 2014, and like this was still like when he was kind of loved, and there was this FPS Russia dude that tried to help him, like all this stuff. And the reason I'm back in it because he's supposed to fight like this other YouTuber now, and everyone's like saying like he's not gonna fucking do it. Like he didn't even want to do this one little thing like years ago. So what makes you think he's gonna like fly to England? Like all like
fight him how?
Fight like a boxing match.
Oh, like an actual boxing match.
You know, like this like whole like Jake Paul celebrity boxing, why do they do that? Shit like that. But like he's part of
celebrity death match
in a way, right? But I don't want to like get, you know, whatever, research it yourself. It's fucking just funny to watch this guy getting fucking like. I normally I'm not like that. Like I like, but he's so toxic. It's like, bro, you just deserve all that shit back. Like he's such a piece of shit, and it's like you just deserve all that back. Anyways, but like consequences, like that's the biggest thing in this society. Like like you feed these kids fucking dog shit food and all that stuff, and then you think, oh, like this pill will just fucking solve that, like Lexapro and all whatever, all this bullshit, right? And just all this stuff, and like that's like he's on that stuff. Like his wife is on some certain medication that like I didn't read this. I didn't know it was like it's like some weight loss medication, but like it fucking just deteriorates your muscle mass. It's actually so fucking bad for you.
His wife is on it.
His wife's on it, and like his wife has such a certain structure. She looks like fucking you know the green dude from Monsters Inc., the green ball with the fucking thin skin legs.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? The one-eyed, like the main character. Yeah. She looks like him.
Mike Wazowski.
She looks like him because it's like she's fucking like this, and then her legs are twigs. Like it's so awkward looking. But she's on that medication. I want to see
pictures.
Her name's Kelly. But so this like wings, and he scammed people for money. Like he just e-begs pretty much, and he had to go through like, so it's this dude. Let me do just Kelly. I don't know if there's gonna be like an actual picture of her like with her legs on there, but
God, they look trashy.
They live in like a trailer home that his like mom owned or something, and there's just so much into it. This is like an older picture of her, so it's like you can't really see it. But
there's no way these fuckers would have ever been millionaires.
No, they would. He was on the course of it. Oh, sorry about that. Weird. He was on the course. Like he like had it. Like he could have done it. He was on PKA. Like his life was figured out, but the way he just did. I wonder how he
fucking talks to her. I bet she's so abusive.
Oh man, it's just like it's not like abusive. It's just like he like ignores her. Like there's so much shit into it. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, she has like very like that's like an older picture too, whatever. But it's just, I don't know, it's just funny. But like, you know, like that's the thing though. It's like, so you blame all this system, and like it's just funny because he's like, yeah, like my legs like are like given out and things like that, like for training for this fight, which no one believes he's training. And he's like, oh, it's because like I got my blood test. He's like, I have like no vitamin D. It's like, well, one, that's because of sun, but it's like, I don't think that because you look like this, and this is actually like
maybe if you got out of the house for a little bit. You know?
Exactly. It's like you're blaming all your fails because of vitamin D. You're blaming your fatigue because of vitamin D. It's like, no, I think it's because and he doesn't claim that he's pre-diabetic or anything, but he just got on medication that's like literally sourced for diabetes, like to do this shit. But like, you know what I mean? It's just like all bullshit. And it's like, and he had so many opportunities to get like better
like,
and all this stuff.
You know,
and it's just sad
at some
to see,
point or
though.
another, you have to take accountability for your own shit.
That's what I mean.
You know,
it's all of that.
or even people that just blame, like, well, like if I didn't have this kind of childhood, okay, you can blame some things for a little bit. You know, for a little bit, I get it. But it's like you can't do it all, you know? It's like if you have like no friends that are willing to help you, you have not one person you can rely on, then you burn bridges. And there's a reason why nobody wants to be friends with you. You know what I mean?
100%.
If you're a decent person, I'm not saying you have to have 30 freaking friends. Most of the time you have like a close knit of friends, but they'd be willing to like, if push came to shove, they would gladly open up the door, like, dude, crash on my couch, do something. They wouldn't want to see you out suffering or whatever, you know? But it's like, if you don't have not even one person like that, then okay, you start with that, man. Become a better person and make some fucking friends. You know, make a network of people. I don't know what to tell you.
David Goggins, that's what you sound like right now.
But it's like, I hate people like that.
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
just fucking just don't do shit about, like, just,
it's like you can't just, at some point or another, you just have to take accountability. Like you have to be like, hey, I want to make my life better. You know, if you want to change something, like you have to do it.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's like, it's just, I feel like that's a bad thing now, is like the accountability is just like disappearing. The consequences are disappearing. Like even when it comes to like major crimes, like we're not even talking about like now, like bringing up in like childhood and all that shit. Like we're talking about like crimes that like people are getting like let go of, or like they're just like, like these like petty thefts and things like that in these places where it's like you can pretty much rob up to $1,000 and like.
Do you feel like things like, do you think it was after like the whole like having to be stuck at home that people got weird? Because I remember there being like, dude, why are people fucking weird? And then I'm not saying they weren't always like that, but I remember specifically thinking that and even making those comments of like, dude, people are going crazy. And I think it's just because what
I think it was already like social media and all that stuff was kind of already doing that, whatever. But then when like COVID hit, like everyone was, whether you were in fucking Florida or New York or LA or anywhere, like from the extreme of this to the extreme of that, there was a moment of time where like you were completely like
connected.
No, disconnected. You were completely what was the word?
Isolated.
Not isolated, but what was the word? Like what was the word, like you, like where you had to stay? Quarantine.
Quarantine, yeah.
So everyone was quarantined for some time, which did lead to the isolation. And then I think it did realize where it was like, all right, like I can live like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like I haven't talked to these people in this long of time, so why the fuck should I even continue?
I think just some people,
and I think it just really fucked with a lot of people's like mentality of like, oh, I survived that long without that, so it's like, why the fuck do I need it? Like, I'm okay. Like I didn't need them. You know what I mean? Like you like, well, think about like the jobs too, like work from home. Like, you, like that was the test to like see if that would work. Like it was, maybe, you know, we'll do this. And then it's like when that did work, and it did work, and they were like, oh, okay, we can save a shit ton of money and not have to do that anymore. And then that's that. And like then now more people work from home, getting less fucking less socialization and more isolation and things like that.
And the
like
only
all
way
these jobs are, and it's all these computer jobs that you're just like on a computer all day, and things like that. I don't know. It's like,
I think more people also like just not having to socialize, and you are just mainly socializing online, and there's keyboard warriors, and you can get away with calling someone a fucking bitch online and then just blocking them, so you don't have to even hear the repercussions of people even like doing anything. You know, you can't do that on the street. Like, you know better.
It's funny because it's like, and this is just like one example, but like, you'll see like people that are relatively hated on the internet, right? So like you I'll use this as an example, but like you know who Addison Rae is?
It just sounds familiar.
She's like a famous TikToker, right? And
Maybe.
I believe like she like talked shit on like when Trump was president and things like that. And this was like years ago. This was probably like, this is when he was president. And they were at a UFC thing, like, and you know, Trump was supposed to be like, Trump was there. So he sat down and she like came up to him and she like, she, oh, I had to like meet you and all that stuff. It's like, so on this online, you're talking all this shit.
Right.
And like, this is just one example, but there's like, you know, like think of like Andrew Tate, think of like Jake Paul, think of Logan Paul, like all those people that are like generally hated but like loved and all that stuff. It's like they have no negative feedback when they're in person. Like
Right.
I'm not. Who's gonna go up to like whether you hate him or not? Like you're gonna go up to Andrew Tate, this fucking world-renowned kickboxer that's fucking shredded.
Oh right.
You're gonna go up to him and be like, "You're a fucking misogynist piece of shit." It's like that motherfucker will most likely fuck you up. So it's like you're not gonna go up to, even Jake Paul, Logan Paul. He's like, these people are all pretty fucking athletic.
Right.
But even someone that's not athletic, you're not gonna go up to. There's not anyone that's really like going up to people, whether they're when they're so. I'm pretty even sure him, like the Wings of Redemption, where he's literally just purely hated. But I guarantee you, when he's out in public, he's not gonna be fucking like you know, maybe there's something here and there, but I would highly fucking doubt it. It's like so you get this stuck in this world of the internet, online, and stuff like that, and you think, oh, that's how the world works.
It's not.
But it's like it's getting there. Like my whole like comedy speech I had about those people complaining about whether he was, you know.
Right.
So it's like it's getting there. When you see it in person, it's kind of scary, but like 99% of the time, it's just not like that. People are just living their fucking lives.
Yeah.
You know. And then like it's like you think that like I don't know. It's just like nobody knows anyone's story. You know, like no one knows anyone's story. Fucking everyone's fucking consequences are just being taken away because like accountability is just gone. All right. So I don't know. I feel like that's just the whole issue. So then like you try to supplement with all these like bullshit, like going back to that, like whether like I'm sure it works. And I like the thought of like these exercises because I think that's like a big thing is like just moving your mind and being like exercising and being healthy, like will fuck with your mind so much in a good way where even like eating healthier and things like that. Like it's nothing has changed in my life from fucking 2 months from now to now, and it's so weird. I was on, you know, the fucking diet, the carnivore diet, eating healthy foods, like pure, like I don't want to say like primal because that's fucking just like goofy, but like primal foods and all that stuff. And I like my headspace was fine, other than like the only negative thing was like, fuck, I'm so sick of eating this food. That was the only negative thing in my mind. But now I've been like eating just bullshit Little Caesars for like this full month now. This full month, and my mind is in a completely different way. I am way more depressed. I fucking think of things a lot darker. I like fucking hate things that are going on in my life. Like I have all these fucking different thoughts. Nothing has changed in my life in the last 2 months.
Just with what you're eating.
Just literally, and I'm not even like joking around. Like it's so significantly different, and it puts you in this mind space of just like, holy shit, like it really fucks with you of like what you're eating. Because when I was like, I didn't have any of those, you know, like weird thoughts of like fucking hating myself or hating my life up to now when I like, you know, I've been eating pretty healthy since October. And then now it's like I haven't up until yesterday, but it's like I want to see if I start eating healthier again and start doing this meal plan and all this shit and just going back to like my regular diet, how much it's gonna change.
100%.
And I think that's a scary thing, like especially now going back to specifics with like Amelia is like, and it is a weird cycle because you can't get her to eat anything, but she only eats this thing that can fuck with her to not eat more things because of the things that she is eating is not bad. Right. It's like this fucking never ending cycle of like, fuck, like, and I don't know. I just feel like that's like a big part of like an
only
issue
thing I'm doing, the only thing that can, she's been more open to like drinking, like she's done protein shakes. Yeah. She likes protein shakes and trying like smoothies. Obviously, if we get it to where there's not like, grits in there. Yeah, Ninja. I mean, the fucking. But I'm just saying, like things like good. That, and getting green superfood shit in there. Like, I mean, if that's big. The main thing. Like, if that's like, hey, I have control over this goes in her, and then we'll work towards the little things because she is getting better. Like, I had a pretzel yesterday from Wetzel's Pretzels. Yeah. We had a date. She just wanted a plain one, and I like the one with the cheddar on it. Yeah. I was like, Amelia, but it's like just a cheddar sprinkle was like crusty, you know. Yeah. So it's not like it's like cheesy inside. I was like, man, I'll get you an ice cream if you try it. Because I always joke like that, not thinking she ever will. She fucking grabbed my pretzel piece, put it in her mouth, took a bite. And I was like, I can't believe you just fucking did that. Yeah. You know, so she's being more open to trying.
Yeah, there was like on the egg episode, like she grabbed. I don't know. Did you watch the episode? Did you watch like the video that I made for it? Like there was a part where she like. The egg was broken, but it didn't look like it was broken. And like she grabs the egg and then she just like screams really loud. I don't know if you saw that part. She screams really loud and like starts running like from there to like here. But we didn't say anything about her. And like she like, oh, you know, so she has egg yolk on her hands. But then she just like wipes on her like pants. She's like, okay, like it's
But you know,
fine.
like those things
you know?
Where it's like, dude, I know that she struggles with certain things, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
but that
I
was
just
good. Like rather than like not overreacting with her, but like even reacting to her, like she was able to deal with that herself.
Right.
And I think that's a big thing. It's like, oh, like this is disgusting. Sure. Like it is like egg yolk's fucking even disgusting to me, but it's like, all right, like it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? And even with me for like hair, like I've like that was a big thing. It's like, I'm okay with it now.
Right.
Like it's,
well, yeah, like it's
better
crazy
for
that
me,
there's like
you know?
certain things. Lauren is like, Amelia's certain traits is like, I tell Lauren, I'm like, dude, it's like she's more biologically your child than my own.
Yeah.
For real. I'm like, I get the picky eater, the things like that. I'm like, but some of those things, like, they're both like, if the sock isn't just right.
Yeah.
If like the sock seam feels weird. That's why Amelia, after gymnastics, her feet are sweaty. If she's waiting to put on socks and it doesn't, like, it's starting to get stuck because of the sweat and it's not going, she starts flipping out. Yeah. Those are all like sensory things. You just don't like the tags, the things, you know? But it's like, it's good for it, like for her to be exposed to that, I guess, you know, and just have to kind of like work through it.
No, of course
it helps, like, now she's spending more time, like I was telling Mom, like I got this like rope ninja course thing that can go across trees or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
So there's like a swing on it and like trapeze thing. So we put it together because it's like the big trees back there. Yeah. Dude, and for her who like doesn't like being outside by herself, like and it's still like a struggle. Yesterday she was outside like all day. She'll go climb the fence and go hang out with the cousin, like, and we'll pet them. Yeah. Dude, I'm not used to her doing that, you know. Or like the big dog that they have, but the girl one. The girl one is like the mothering one, where it's like if there's a kid outside, it'll be close to it. Yeah. She's like petting her. And I'm like, that's fucking huge, you know. But I've noticed this swing. And Lauren pointed out one time she was like Amelia was getting frustrated when we first got it because she couldn't like climb up on it, like couldn't reach it. She was getting her pissed off self, you know, where she didn't even want to like give it a chance. But I ignored it, and because it's like one of those like disc swing things, like those saucer swings that you can lay on. So she got on there, and like after a while, like kind of like you could tell like calmed her down, and then she was able to like figure out whatever the hell it was. So they even say like for kids, like for some kids, like the swinging motion. Some will like go in a swing and just like if they're frustrated, like, swing out, and then
swings are the best. I know when I was a fucking kid, that was my favorite thing. I fucking loved swings.
See, I get nauseous.
Yeah, I love swing. I love that feeling of nausea.
Oh no,
I love the feeling of like when you get too extended and then it's like that like fast drop. I like that. It's like, that's nice. I loved swings as a kid. Me and Ben. We would like fucking we were just scavenging for fucking swings. Like
Dude, I don't know what my favorite part was.
We would go so far to a fucking swing. Merry-go-round was the best one.
I don't know what my favorite one was in a playground, honestly.
It was merry-go-round and swing for me.
I did like the swings too, but I think as an adult, I get more nauseous.
Yeah, with the swing, you can like solo it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with a merry-go-round, you need like a group of people.
Yeah. Dude, the playgrounds now, man, they just built a new one in Nampa. That's where I took Amelia. Fucking badass. Yeah. There's like this whole, you know what I've noticed though too? So there's this whole like rope to get up to the slide. Yeah. You know me with heights, man. Yeah. But Amelia was like, come on, you gotta try it. Like you're scared, you know, like try something new. Okay. And what I've noticed with going to the gym and working out more, I'm like going up these ropes or like jumping up to like lift myself up like that. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm not getting like where I'm like feeling like I'm dying from breath. Yeah. Like I can actually like keep up huge, and play.
Yeah, it's huge.
I didn't keep up and play with you.
Yeah.
And not like, cause there for me, I was like, dude, I fucking can't. Yeah. Like I stopped myself. I'm like, dude, I fucking can't do it. Yeah. And then I tried. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't know that I could do it.
No, that's
makes
like
me happy as shit.
That's like a big part of me, just like to be like even healthier is just like for her. Like I don't want to see like I don't want her to fucking see me as like this fat piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like that's a part of why I fucking do this. It's like I don't like that. It's like like me growing up, like I wouldn't want to see that either. And like I didn't see that. Like no one was in our family was like that. But it's like, so I don't want to be the fucking first,
right?
And shit like that. But it just feels better. Like I ran like table rock yesterday and things like that. Like
that's cool.
Just to be able to do more. And it's like, and like, so imagine like feeling that way. But like, imagine now, like even losing more weight and be able to even do fucking more shit.
I know.
Like when I'm like 200 like let's say when I get to like 200, like the amount of fucking things I'm gonna be capable of doing, like that I was never able to do like before. Like that's a big thing, and you feel more confident. Like you don't feel as like scared to fall or things like that. You know what I mean? It's like okay, because I know my body can.
But you feel like more confident, like. Playing like I mean like I was the only parent besides like one man, but as of like women, you don't see a whole lot of moms playing on playgrounds, and I used to always do it with her, but it's like I did it when she was like a baby, and then I stopped doing it when she was older. I'm like, you don't need me to do it with you. And I was like, dude, I don't want like someone being like, dude, she's like fucking panting and sweating and stuck up there, but it feels good being able to do it, and you're like, it's still like, I don't know,
feels great. So
I still can't do the monkey bars though. I can do this.
I can't do it too long.
Lies. Okay, so let me just tell you the story. The afternoon client that I have, this is great. I've noticed something. This client reminds me so much of Amelia, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and he's like, if it's something that he has to try that's new and he feels like he can't do it right away, doesn't want to do it. It's like very like, if I'm going to do it, I want to do the best at it, be the best at it. Like that's a Montessori kid, right? And so I was like, my goal is to be able to do the monkey bars. He has the monkey bars in his shop. They have like this huge shop with a trampoline inside, all kinds of shit. Anyway, so I was like, that's my goal. I'm like, my brother's signing up for a race, and I'm like, I kind of want to do it too. And in the race, I saw monkey bars. I don't know if they have it, but I want to be prepared for them because I can't do any of them. And it's fun as an adult trying to learn a skill that a kid already mastered, right? Because he knows it. But he's been so supportive. So like, when was it? Wednesday was when I saw him. I'm like, I'm gonna try him again. I'm like, you gonna watch me? And he's like, okay. So it was like, he's like, remember, you gotta like, he's like trying to teach me. That. So I like, I started like this, one hand up here on the second one. And then I used to, when I do it, I can like get on this one, right? I don't have the ability to like have momentum still a lot, but then I like can't really get to the next one. Like I cannot physically let go to get to the next one. But on Wednesday I could. His shriek, like it was like when you see those videos where people make those trick shots from like fucking like past a trash can, past a person, all the shit, and you're like, holy shit, like that was him. He was like, oh my God, you did it. Like he was so happy. I was like, that's still my goal is to fucking do those goddamn monkey bars because I still can't do them.
Because I was like dog sitting, and they have like a little playground at the apartment complex. And I was like walking the dog once. I was like, it was like fucking 3 a.m. I'm like, I look psychotic now. And I'm like, I kind of tie the dog up, and I did like a couple. I like did just like a couple. I was like, okay, because I haven't done it. I don't even know what I can do. Did a couple. I was like, and it was like fucking like making so much noise and shit, like squeaky. I swear I heard someone like say something like from an apartment complex, and I just like got up and left. I was like, okay, God. Like now I know I can kind of do it. Like a couple.
Dude, they got some. Like I'm telling you, that like it's cool trying it out in some of the playgrounds.
There was one thing that you want to show me about like breathing exercises or something like that. So So do you know what it's called?
I don't remember.
Breathing exercises?
I'm trying to think of how he worded it.
Was it Wim Hof? I feel like it was Wim Hof.
Maybe try it, Wim Hof.
Because he's
it was like breathing exercise. It was like breathing. Was
it this old dude? No? This guy is like the master of fucking Wim Hof and
cold
plunging
just
and
a minute,
shit.
Just a minute. Let me think.
Do you have it on your phone?
No, let me think of how it was because you caught me off track. So I got like a brain fart of how I did the exercise. Just put breathing exercise.
Did he shave? Wow, he looks so different shaved. What the fuck? That's insane.
Maybe it is him. Hold on. Do breathing exercise, ability to hold breath longer, something like that. Oh no, it was ketosis. Breathing exercise for ketosis or something like that. Maybe that was the word for it.
Breathing exercise.
You can put ketosis.
Ketosis?
Yeah, like when you do keto thing. Yeah. Put TikTok. Shit. Hold on. Fuck. Can I just explain it and then we can just do it?
Yeah, sure.
Let me just explain it the way he did it. It was like. Shit. It was like. Wait. Fuck. I'm just trying to think because it was like where you have to inhale so deeply and exhale, and you have to do it like 25 times. You just keep inhaling like that, right? But then it's like you start to slowly start feeling like your head is like dizzy, tingly, like almost like you're gonna pass out, right?
Overloading on oxygen.
And so, but you still keep doing it. They're like pretty soon, like you just keep doing it. And so you get to the 25th one, like how he was doing it, and then like you pause, you like, and then you hold your breath, and then. It's like feels like you can hold your breath so much fucking longer.
Okay.
Like because when I did it, it was like I felt like we were like holding our breath for forever, and it wasn't until I let go just a little bit of breathing, and then I was not able to hold it as much.
You want to try it then?
Should we just try to see how much we can hold our breath like in general, and then do it to like test it?
Okay, we can do that. Okay.
To get like a timer on the screen or something.
Well, we can just use the recording timer. Right. Okay. So let's. Okay, so it's like
we're just gonna do like just hold your breath for the first time and let's see how long we can do it. Let's wait till like a good number, like 10. Okay.
Okay.